Hey, it's Alicia from BombBomb. We're out here at Rehumanize doing the Rehumanize interviews, and I am joined by Sean Herrero, right? Awesome.
Yep,
okay, I didn't mess it up. Thank you so much for joining us.
Oh yeah, thanks for having me.
Yeah, and so you are in the mortgage industry out in
Northern California, San Francisco Bay Area, I guess would be what everyone would know it as.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah.
And how long have you been in lending?
I've been in lending for 18 years. I've been originating, helping the consumer for 2.5.
Yeah.
So new to that side of it, but it's been a lot of fun.
Yeah. So how did you stumble upon this kind of video, BombBomb, the simple video?
So Barry Habib is a good friend of mine, and he was doing videos. This was like 2010. He was using video. He said, "You have to do video." I said, "I don't want to. I don't like how I look. I don't like how I sound." And he's like, "I don't care, you have to do it." I did a PowerPoint voiceover. He goes, "Cool, there's a start. Now get your face on there." And then somebody showed me BombBomb, and I just used it as the best way to have a face-to-face conversation and just quickly, people don't want to meet anymore. So, hey, I'm Sean.
Yeah.
Love to work with you. And it's like changed things for me. Like I'd say that in the 2.5 years I've been on this side, the biggest reason I've grown as fast as I have is probably because I used video before everyone else was.
Awesome.
And a large part of that was BombBomb.
Awesome. So what kind of stuff are you doing with BombBomb, the videos that you're doing with BombBomb?
I do, so I always say marketing and messaging. So most of what I do through BombBomb on a day-to-day basis is either status updates throughout the process, so I can keep all the realtors and our clients on the same page at the same time. And then I'll do weekly updates out to my sphere of influence or database. And those really I'll find some problem or solution that happened throughout the week to create that, which I consider more marketing. I really I use BombBomb to reach my sphere, database, clients, and then I'll use YouTube, Facebook, all the other stuff to just reach the masses.
Yeah, awesome. You also do videos for real estate agents, correct?
Yeah, a little side gig that came as a result of learning all of this.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'll make listing videos for real estate agents. That's Blacksmith Media. My last name means blacksmith in Spanish. So that's where that came from. And that just totally came out of nowhere. I was making a lot of videos. I coach real estate agents on how to use video. And they're like, "Can you just make this listing video for me?" And it kind of grew on its own. It's fun. It's just fun. Yeah.
Do you do that sort of as like a co-branded, or is it totally separate? It's just your other media company?
Yeah, I keep it completely separate. I don't want to run into any issues of compliance where I'm giving something of value. It's completely separate from everything else. And, for mortgage, if people are going to use me for mortgage, I want them to use it because they think I'm the best at that.
Sure.
If they want to use me for a video, I want them to use me because, I'm not the best at it, but I'm decent at it.
Yeah, awesome. So what are the 3 videos that you feel like a lender or loan originator should absolutely be sending from their BombBomb account?
Intro to a transaction when you get into contract on a new home. Everybody is impressed by that and no one else does it. So it just kind of sets the stage for everything to come. One for closing, which would be the opposite end of that transaction. And the one that makes the biggest impact for me that nobody does to this day, nobody still does this. If you're in a competitive offer situation, so there's going to be multiple offers, you always call the listing agent and explain, here's what I'm doing, here's the financing, send a video. You'll go far further with the video. I've gone into contract numerous times just because of the BombBomb video.
I love that. So are you sending the video instead of the phone call, or you're making the phone call and sending the video?
I do both.
Okay.
So I'm a big fan of eliminating variables.
Yes.
So I'll call, and I always try to think of where the other person is. So if I'm a real estate agent with 10 offers, I'm not going to answer my phone. That's not my priority right now. So if I leave a voicemail, I have no idea if they heard it. Yeah. And I don't get closure. It's like a relationship. And if I send a video through BombBomb, they may not reply to me, but I'll see they opened it. I'll see they played it.
Yep.
And my favorite is if it's like offers are due in the afternoon at 2, and then they're meeting with their clients at 5 or 6. It'll get played in the afternoon, and then when it gets played at 5 or 6, I know they're showing it to their client.
Yep.
And nobody ever gets to see who's behind the financing. And I just don't understand why, so I just completely remove like any hidden secrets or anything.
Yeah.
And it makes a huge difference.
That's incredible. And a massive value for the buyers that you're representing, a massive value.
For sure. It's I just had one. I always say if you or your client, talking to the listing agent, if you or your client have any questions, comments, concerns, call me, text me, email me anytime. I'm happy to help any way I can. for the first time 2 weeks ago, I had the seller call me from the video, talked to him for 15 minutes. He was really nervous, had multiple offers. And then he goes, what's that? How did you build that website for me so fast? I was like, what website? He's like, the video website that you built and sent that was just for me. I'm like, oh, it's a service called BombBomb I use. And he was asking me about BombBomb as a result. And then we got accepted. So, and it wouldn't have happened had it not been for the video.
Of course not.
Yeah.
Human connection, right?
That's it.
I feel like doesn't matter how many times you say it, it doesn't get any less true. People want to work with a person that they know, like, and trust.
Right.
It is the most basic framework of all of this, and why we all love it, because it's this human element of, oh, okay, I like you.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I think you're going to do a good job at this.
Yeah. That's it. People want to work with people they relate to. Like with realtors, they say, be more than a realtor, be relatable.
Yeah.
We're not really in sales anymore. We're all in service.
Yes.
So let people know who's serving them.
Yeah. Are you reaching out to real estate agents one-to-one to try and build those relationships, or do you just do that en masse? What does that look like?
So I will still do that. That's how I started. So in January 2017, I was reaching out to realtors. Actually, even before that, that's really the primary use I use BombBomb for, to make those relationships. Because everybody cold calls. It was a differentiator then. I think it still is now, but it doesn't get the response it once did. I mean, really, for meeting new realtors now, it's more Instagram based. Do we have something in common? Do we have a common connection outside of our jobs? And then I'll send a video, hey, you climb, I climb. Forget the coffee, let's go climbing and see how things go.
Totally.
And that works way better. So I always start with the personal side, because they get solicited nonstop. So I want to do it in a way that's different and hopefully more approachable.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, it's fun.
Is there anything that you wish that you knew when you first started with video a couple years ago that you know now that you would share with our BombBomb peeps?
That you just do it. That it doesn't matter what you think the reaction's going to be. You never know what the reaction's going to be. So just make the video, upload it, click send, and let it be.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter how your lighting is and you're this and you're that. It matters, you can control it, but it's not the most important thing.
Sure. Well, that's exactly, yes, good lighting is important. Yes, making sure that maybe you don't have stacks of papers behind you. All of those things matter, but ultimately it still is going to come back down to the human element.
Right.
And maybe it happens and people don't tell me about it, but I don't know that we've ever really had a customer send a video and someone replied with, like, how dare you send that video, also you're fat. Like, I don't think that's, it's not human nature. It's not what happens. People, there's always that, like, wow, that was so cool, or thank you, or I've never seen that before. How did you do that? Right. Yeah, it's a different reaction than what you think they're gonna have in your head.
And I think when you're starting with video, the little mind the voice in your mind just constantly giving you reasons not to do it. Yeah. So when I started, I had to have the light with the tripod and the tripod stand in this consistent area that I always record in, which I do think that's important. I still have that. But and then there would be times where I wasn't in that place, and I knew I should send the video, but since I'm not in this perfect little environment I created, I'm not going to send it. Yeah. Totally over that. I have my little space I like to do them in, but if I'm somewhere like this, I'll just find a window, get window light, hold the phone against the window so it's steady. Hey, I'm Sean, here's what's going on, and it's done. Yeah. And it's far more important to click send than to not do it.
Absolutely. That is so great. Far more important to click send than to not do it. I love that. The content that you're sending out, like the weekly mass sends that you're sending out, is that mostly education? Is it updates on the market? Is it a combination of both? And how do you decide what you're sending on that weekly basis?
So what I do now, editing was taking up too much time and it was becoming a reason for me not to send. So I'll send a weekly rate update. And what I was doing was taking that rate update, building it into the full video, and having one long video. So now what I'll do is I'll make a video that is purposeful, one for real estate agents specifically, whether it's on something that's changed or like a strategy idea to help them grow their business. I'll send that video here. And then below that, if you want to, in that video, I'll say, if you're looking for rate update, click the video right below this one. Nice. And then I have a rate video that is really just a screen recorded, showing what the market's doing at like a very analytical level. Yeah. And again, I get to see what's important to people. So who clicked which video, what matters. And then I can change what I'm doing in the future based on the, connection they're finding what's important to people. They don't have to respond. I know what's important because I saw what you watched. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I've separated them. So 2 separate videos now every week.
That's great because you do get that link tracking.
Yeah.
You know
open
exactly.
Open play. That's all I look for.
Who actually is interested in the rates and who's clicking on that consistently.
And what I found is even people that don't ever respond, I think we're all self-conscious. Mm-hmm. And so there will be a week where you send something, you don't get the engagement you thought you would. And it's like, maybe this isn't a value. Maybe they don't want to see this. Maybe I'm just another email in their inbox. And then I'll talk to an agent who never responds. She's just, I absolutely love your videos. I'm like, you do? She's like, yes. And I'm like, then I'm going to keep sending them because, I was just kind of having this like heart to heart with myself and didn't know if it mattered anymore. But as long as I'm reaching people, it's worth it. So.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's fun.
I think that's a great place to end. Thank you.
Done.
Thank you
Thank
so
you. That was fun.
much.
Thanks for tuning into the BombCast today. Head to BombBomb.com/BombCast to access past episodes, get info on future episodes, and subscribe to our BombCast newsletter.